Hello internet, it is your favorite Russian operative, Tulsi Gabbard here. That was a joke from the last video. And today we are going to be going on r/communism, where all of our little tanky friends are. But before we begin, like, comment, and subscribe, join my First Amendment Discord, and thank you so much to all my patrons who are currently supporting the channel. Your support means the world. And let's go on to the post right. Alright, so we are on top of all time because I do not see myself going back on this subreddit anytime soon or ever again, really. Marx quote spray painted on burning Target in Minneapolis. Of course it's fucking Minnesota. When our turn comes, we will make no excuses for the terror. Full quote. We have no compassion and we ask no compassion from you. When our turn comes, we shall not make excuses for the terror. But the royal terrorists, the terrorists by the grace of God and the law, are in practice brutal, disdainful, and mean. In theory, cowardly, secretive, and deceitful. And in both respects, disreputable. I don't need your gold. Don't finance Reddit. It's deeply funny to see that someone read this Marx quote and appreciated it so much they gave an international megacorporation money to confer tiered pseudo-class privileges upon you. What are you talking about? I love this comment. Thank you, Souch Comrade. This situation can only get better if the Black Panthers get back. I'm a touch ignorant on the subject, but what's the thoughts on the Huey Newton Gun Club? A bit small compared to the original reach of the Panthers, but from what I gather, it's a solid group ideology. Is there even a solid group ideology anywhere on this fucking subreddit? This is Marx's sickest quote, Jesus Christ, it owns. I don't think Jesus Christ would be a fucking communist, or a Marxist for that matter. I've never been more proud to be a Minnesotan. Wow, that's awesome. Much better spin on the story that they're consciously practicing an ideology they believe in based on their oppression rather than just black people stealing shit like mainstream media tends to push. Yes, when they go into a Gucci store and take every single item, they are practicing an ideology. They're not just stealing shit. What a great recapturing of the events. This quote actually gives me chills. Ugh, chills are cringe, you're right. Reactionary transphobes, fuck off. Anyone who denies the existence and rights of transgender / non-binary / queer folk is not my fucking comrade. Don't call yourself a communist. If you don't want to protect and promote LGBTQIA+ rights, individuals, and humanity, no revolution without coalition, that is all. 2.6 thousand. This is one of the top posts of all time? I'm confused how these people even reconcile with their contradictory views, with the fact that by their exclusionary rhetoric and behaviors, they themselves marginalize their fellow workers needlessly. Truly, to be a TERF communist is to have no heart and no mind. So TERF means trans exclusionary radical feminist. It's basically the feminism that doesn't believe in trans people. So my feminism. And they say marginalize their fellow workers, but I'm pretty sure like y'all don't work that much. I want to know the average salary of the person who work or like posts on r/communism. Based workers. Without us working, you'll have no money. Fired Amazon worker to Bezos. Former Amazon worker Chris Smalls, fired after organizing a protest in New York, wrote to Amazon CEO and world's richest person Jeff Bezos, "You think you're powerful? Without us working, you'll have no money." Smalls also claimed of, and if you don't work, you'll have no money either. Smalls also claimed of lack of protection in seeing warehouse people getting sick. Amazon has denied any wrongdoings, claiming Smalls was fired over refusing to self-isolate. See, I'm not a big fan of Bezos or, you know, his working conditions for his employees, but I don't see how this has anything to do with communism. Solidarity forever. I wish more corporations and companies would realize this. Without ground-level workers, their company will fail. Instead, they treat us like a number and like we are disposable. In fact, bottom-level employees are just as, if not more valuable than their senior executives and presidents. Define more valuable, like, who do you think is paying you at the end of the day? And who do you think probably built the company from basically nothing? Like, you may hate Amazon, but at the same time, we get our packages basically within a day or two. Like, it's not like these companies are providing no value to the public. If you think that, you're just fucking insane. There's a reason why it's a multi-billion-dollar company. Why Palestinians are protesting in Gaza. 95% of water is undrinkable, 4 hours of electricity per day, 45% unemployment, 46% kids suffering acute anemia, 50% kids express no will to live, 2 million denied freedom of movement. What does this have to do with fucking communism? The 50% of kids having no will to live has to be one of the saddest things I've ever heard. Right, so fucked, and children are supposed to be the most enthusiastic, optimistic, and excited ones out of all of us. Yes, and communism is gonna fix all that, because communism has never done anything bad to kids ever. The root cause, the forward operating base of US imperialism referred to as Israel. Oh, I am not gonna start this. I'm not gonna start this. You guys can have fun in the comments section, but I don't give a shit. Period. But at the end of the day, it has nothing to do with communism, and communism definitely isn't the fucking solution. In the lobby of the Venezuelan Ministry for Foreign Affairs, there exists a statue of the broken glasses of Salvador Allende following the September 11th coup. As beautiful as it is tragic, when he supposedly committed suicide after publicly vowing not to resign, SMH the real 9/11 tragedy. Because of American imperialism, thousands of Chileans died, all in this name of anti-communism. That's damn nice. I've seen the original broken glasses at the National History Museum in San Diego. Very haunting. Ah yes, look what communism has done to Venezuela today. What a great argument. Thought someone might like the hammer and sickle I made in the shop class years ago, which I had to fight my teachers to be allowed to make. Oh, look at this guy. He's badass. What did your teacher say? Rabble, rabble, bourgeoisie propaganda. As you should be ashamed of yourself, young tool of the elite. The usual, probably. Tool of the elite, you should have said, you can't be a tool of the rich if they are in gulags. Saying that you believe in gulags scares them to death. Ah yes, I can't have wealth, so we should hang the wealthy. Should have said you were just making tools and those were the tools you decided to make. Exactly, and then combine them while looking at the teacher in the eyes. And ask them to play the USSR anthem on their mobile as soon as you put them together. Very nice, just needs painting to yellow. Oh my god, I'm glad this sub is basically a wasteland, holy shit. Happy Victory Day. Happy victory over fascism, comrade. Let's never forget who we have to thank for securing the survival of democracy in Europe. And may we never fall for the bourgeoisie propaganda that says otherwise. Thank you to the Soviets people who defeated fascism. Oh, and we got some Russian here. Suka bliet. Soviet national anthem intensifies. Oh, we're on the wrong side of history, guys. Never forget. Today is the 104th anniversary of October Revolution. Let's take a moment to appreciate Comrade Lenin's insane drip. India unveils 12-foot Lenin statue on his 95th death anniversary. USSR 1934. Civil rights icon Paul Robeson being received in the Soviet Union in 1934. Of his visit, he said, "Here, I am not a Negro, but a human being for the first time in my life. I walk in full human dignity." Guys, don't fall for the bourgeoisie propaganda. It's wild seeing old Soviet propaganda where they're all like, the US is rich because the country was built by slaves and fed by imperialism. And it's like, well, yeah, you don't often hear it summed up that way, but that's absolutely not wrong. Paul Robeson's a fantastic person too. Awesome activist and musician. Yeah, because slaves were the only ones who built America. It was not like any of the other citizens were doing anything. They were just fucking cracking their whips at the black people and just sitting there. It's not like the slaves were doing all the work. The population was like 80-20. 80% being the like normal citizens. Trump getting impeached, not for caging children at the border, which Obama also did, not for white nationalism, win, and not for bombing innocent families, which Obama also did, but because he was trying to dig for dirt on a capitalist son through bribing/threatening US protectorate/Ukrainian official. Excuse me for my lack of excitement. Honestly, there is no hope for him getting removed anyway. The Senate needs 67 votes and is majority Republican. Again, further proof that USA's bourgeois sham democracy should not be tolerated. The people voted for him, and the representatives that we voted for are doing what we voted him in to do. Explain how that's not democracy. The bourgeoisie electoral system give votes to land, not people. Also, bub, you're 15, you don't know anything yet. But he won the popular vote this time around, so what are you gonna say to that? After the Chernobyl disaster, Cuba offered to take in 24,000 Soviet children from the Chernobyl area so that they could recover more quickly from the side effects of radiation pollution in a warm tropical climate. They spent $350 million on this and never asked to be reimbursed. Aw, isn't Castro such a nice guy? What a gentleman. Today is the 100th birthday of the first Communist Party in Spain, PCE. Oh, Lord help them. Today is Comrade Fidel Castro's birthday. What are your favorite quotes from Fidel Castro? Interviewer, do you have a message for the people of the United States? Castro, always a message of friendship for the people of the U.S., for their hardworking spirit, their intellectuals and workers, for their scientific and technical advances. We really wish them the best of luck. As far as their government, there is no love lost between the Cuban and the U.S. governments. There is often talk of human rights, but it is also necessary to talk about the rights of humanity. Why should some people walk barefoot so that others can travel in luxurious cars? Why should some live in 35 years so that others can live for 70 years? Why should some be miserably poor so that others can be hugely rich? I speak on behalf of the children in the world who do not have a piece of bread. I speak... Oh my god, dude, this is so fucking ironic. I speak on the behalf of the sick who have no medicine and of those who have no rights to life and human dignity have been denied. I've always thought that this is a really powerful quote, definitely one of my favorites. Goes well with my favorite Stalin quote, which I will continue to post whenever it's relevant. It is difficult for me to imagine what personal liberty is enjoyed by an unemployed person who goes about hungry and cannot find employment. Real liberty can only exist only where exploitation has been abolished, where there is no oppression of some by others, where there is no unemployment and poverty, where man is not haunted by the fear of being tomorrow deprived of work, of home, and of bread. Only in such society is real, and not paper, personal and every other liberty possible. This is a Stalin quote? Hello? I'm reading a book on Castro at the moment, and it amazes me how determined and brave some people can be in the face of overwhelming odds. Like, I can't relate to that at all. Dude was a severe badass. Condemn me. It does not matter. History will absolve me. Well, I think I'm gonna leave it on that. That seems to be the perfect quote of r/communism, as history has not very favorably looked upon any of the societies that were in any way hyper-communist. Or communist in any way, really. But if you liked the video, like, comment, and subscribe. It was great to have you guys here. I think this is going to be the last one tonight, and then I'll post 2 tomorrow, because I did say I was going to do 5, but I'm getting really tired, and I don't want that to diminish the quality of videos in any way. So like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you to all of my patrons. My First Amendment Discord and Patreon link is in the description, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.